This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
This show is a part of Pop Americana. For more great shows like this one, please check the link in the episode description. Cartoons, the animated frontier. These are the voyages of the Cellcast podcast. Its continuing mission: to explore strange new cartoons, to seek out new animation styles and new creative storytelling methods, to boldly go where so few ever go again. To another episode of the Cellcast,
the animated series.
Joining me today is a man who might have been confused as to what particular stallion we were talking about, Jacob.
Say what? Huh? I'm very confused. What are you talking about?
Well, you remember, I know you said the Baron. Flynn stole the Baron's stallion. That's what he kept saying all through season 1, and it's not till this episode we find out who or what Stallion actually is.
I'm still confused. Anyway, let me introduce our co-host, a man who just need to get his adventure on. Welcome, Drew.
How are you doing, Jacob?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. We are talking today about season 2, episode 1 of Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure.
No longer
Tangled series. And this episode is called Beyond the Corona Walls, Part 1, which first aired on June 24th, 2018. It was directed by Joe O and written by Jace Rickey. In this episode, Rapunzel's begun following the Black Rocks, and joining her on her journey are Eugene, Cassandra, Pascal, Maximus, Lance, Hookfoot, and Shorty. During this time on the road, Eugene is planning on proposing to Rapunzel again, but when Rapunzel accidentally reveals herself when he is practicing, it causes an awkward situation between the couple.
Awkward.
When Rapunzel does not give him an answer. Meanwhile, Rapunzel and the group are making their first stop in Varderos, a city Eugene and Lance previously visited in their past, but discover has become overrun with criminals. While Eugene and the boys remain in the city to gather supplies, news of Eugene's arrival quickly spreads among the citizens, including the city's leader, the Baron, a criminal kingpin who previously worked with Eugene and Lance in the past and seeks revenge. Eugene, Lance, and Shorty are quickly captured by the Baron's men and taken to his castle, where they meet the Baron and his daughter, Stalyan, Eugene's ex-fiancée.
Dum, dum, dum.
The Baron threatens Lance's life unless Eugene marries Stalyan. This episode introduces Yvonne Strahovski as Stalyan, Lance Henriksen as the Baron, Britt Robertson as Vex, Kelly Hugh as Adira, Bruce Campbell as King Edmund.
Oh, okay.
The return of Jonathan Banks as Kieran, which is Varian's father. Gideon Emery returns as Anthony the Weasel.
Right.
And this episode featured the song Next Stop Anywhere.
That is true.
Trivia for this episode is, starting with this episode, Rapunzel and Eugene have new outfits. We, of course, have a new opening sequence with new footage and a new title. Zachary Levi and Yvonne Strahovski previously collaborated in the TV series Chuck.
Okay.
Where she was, that's the one where he happened to see that video that somehow gave him a bunch of knowledge. She was one of the FBI agents keeping him safe.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lance references the previous proposal in Tangled Before Ever After. This episode is part of the 4th special the series has used. And in this episode, there are 2 goofs. When Eugene, Lance, and Shorty are captured and taken to the Baron's castle, Eugene and Lance's wrists are bound, but when Stallion appears, their bindings are gone.
That's right.
So,
So this is the 2-part episode, right?
yes.
Okay. So
This one ends right when Lance gets bit by the spider that leads to some funny stuff in the next one.
yes, it does. It does. So that gives a little more context where I need to stop and everyone's like, I'll be like, oh, wrong episode, you knucklehead.
Slow down. Slow down.
Anyways, I really enjoyed the new direction because you had in the first season it was everything about Corona. You had the adventures, and now you have season 2, which has become a road trip.
Yes.
Road trip, and we're getting to discover more about the characters. Shorty is a stowaway in the food pantry, in which Lance is not happy about at all.
Who would be?
Yeah. And so...
In their RV.
Yeah, in their RV of all this very luxurious...
Horse-drawn RV.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
And they even call it an RV.
That's right, they do.
It's like, really? That's where you're going with this?
So, it'd be like we get the... they're out of food, so now what do they got to do? They got to find a place to find it. And so Lance and Eugene were like, oh, yeah, let's go to this town. What's the town called again?
Vaderos. Vaderos. Either way, they were coming up on the town. It happened to be the first town outside of Corona.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're thinking, oh, yeah, this town's going to be great. Because last time we were here, it was, like, perfect and beautiful and amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, not so much anymore.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah, the fact that we roll into this town that is completely festered with the criminal underbelly and just it's okay, this is something new for our series, this is something for our heroes.
Yeah. And it has to have been like this for what? 10 years at least?
Oh yeah, had to have been.
Because we'll later find out that Hex doesn't remember the town from before.
Oh yeah, and so we are finally, from the end of season 1, we get this mysterious character who shows up for no reason and can cut the black rocks for no reason.
Yes.
We finally get to introduce her. We finally get to introduce who she is. And
it's Adira.
Yeah, Adira.
And she is funny.
Yeah, she is very funny.
I like her.
Yeah, I do like Adira. She's very cool. She's very...
I am slightly worried that we might be looking at... Maybe she used to work for the bad guys or something, but I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
They don't seem like the best people. Just from that one little opening, but...
I'm seeing nothing.
It's very wise.
Nah. All right, so we get introduced to Adira, and she be like you said, like he comes. We don't really understand her background. We get a flashback to a certain place and a certain kingdom. We don't know what this kingdom is,
but
I know what the kingdom is.
But Kieran is there.
Yeah, Kieran is there,
which means okay, we know That's probably part of what he was trying to tell Varian at the end of the last
possibly
season, when he got frozen in the rocks.
Yeah, and something about a stone.
Yes, moonstone.
A moonstone, of all things.
Yes.
All right. So with that out of the way, we get Adira's quasi backstory. We don't know from this point in the series really anything. We're just walking. Okay, this is who she is. She's on some kind of mission. We don't know what. And for some reason, she is following our main cast around for some reason.
But does not hang out with them. She just shows up when they need her.
Yeah.
So I guess they couldn't pay her for every episode. I don't know.
I don't
She's
know.
in every opening sequence. I know that.
She is. So it was a good little story. There again, it's a part 2. It's a part 2.
It's a two-parter.
Two-parter, that's what I'm going to say. It's a two-parter. And we get this amazing cliffhanger of, okay, big revelation that Eugene was engaged to be married to the
Stalyan.
The Stalyan.
Baron's
daughter.
And
say what?
I'm thinking, well, I can see, Eugene, why you were interested in her. She is very... physically pretty.
Yeah.
And she might be a little crazy, as we see.
Well, that's true. And also, Eugene's a little nutty.
Yes, but Eugene is not convinced that he was not approach love the way Stalyan is.
True.
Because Stalyan really wants. She's convinced that Flynn Rider is the only one for her, and it doesn't matter that his name's actually Eugene.
Yeah.
She even says at one point, I think in the next one, no, when he says it's Eugene, she says, no, it's Flynn.
Yeah. I've known you as Flynn. You are Flynn.
Yeah. He doesn't get a say in the matter, apparently. Yeah. But yeah, that's, yeah.
So the fact that we get that Lance is poisoned by a spider of all things, which we all know that Lance does not like spiders at all.
True.
And so
now we know why.
And now we definitely know why. And so he gets poisoned to make Eugene comply, to be like, if you marry my daughter, we'll give you the antidote and save your buddy's life.
Although we really don't know at the end of this if he's doing that or not.
Yeah.
We don't get that answer till the next episode.
Oh.
But let's face it, we know who Eugene is.
Yeah.
So I guess that brings us to the end of this review, unless you got something to add.
Nothing else. It's a great episode. It's a great episode. It has this nice cliffhanger to its first part, and it leaves you hanging, leaves you like grasping at, okay, what's going to happen next? Even though you kind of have a general idea of what's going to happen. Yeah.
I mean, it is the season opener. They've got a whole season. They're not going to kill Eugene or let Eugene go away or kill. Well, I guess they could kill Lance.
Yeah, they could kill Lance, but who would want to kill Lance?
True, true.
He's our buddy comedy relief guy.
Yes.
All right, either way. So, yeah.
I mean, kill Shorty, I mean, no one would notice.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm pretty sure there's some Shorty fans out there.
We would miss a lot of great jokes, I will admit.
Yeah. You got me.
One of my favorite jokes from last episode was a Shorty joke, so... Yeah.
All right, so that is the first episode we reviewed for this
for season 2.
Yes.
So join us next time for Beyond the Corona Walls, Part 2. Come, Jacob, we must prepare for next week.
Prepare for what, Drew?
The same thing we do every week, Jacob. Record a podcast!
Oh, boy!
So where can they find you, Jacob?
You can find me on Facebook at Jacob B. Heron, also on Facebook at Jacob's Daily Art Corner, where I try to draw each and every day. I don't get to it as often as I like, but join me there. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Jacob B. Heron, on Twitter at Jacob Heron, and Letterboxd at Jacob Heron. So where can they find you, Drew?
You can also follow me on Letterboxd at GGeorge759, Facebook as Drew Dodgen, my Facebook page where you can see pictures I've taken at Drew's Photo Bin. You can also follow me on Twitter at GGeorge759.
You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com.
You can also follow us on Twitter at cast_cell.
You can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/thecellcastgaming.
You can also follow us on YouTube at Cellcast.
Listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts,
Google Play Podcasts,
Stitcher,
Spotify,
and your favorite podcast directory.
You can also listen to us on the Movie of the Week podcast with Jim Heron, where we talk about live-action movies. And remember, Cell is a single L.